Arg, how are ye this morning, time pirates? I'm here.
The famous words of Alicia. I am here.
That's right. I'm so tired. I went to bed on time and everything, but we had Benny last night, and so he's under the bed, then on the bed, and then decides to chew a bone, and then goes. I keep telling Jenna, if we're gonna watch Benny, you need to bring me his cage, but of course she doesn't, and I keep saying she's moving out in 3 months. It's gonna be fine.
Oh my gosh.
But my God, I'm just so tired because he won't settle. He's not a settle kind of dog. He's anxious, like his mother. So, and Cora's obnoxious, like hers.
You said it, not me.
I mean, truth is truth. Why deny it? It's true. But yeah, so sleeping was not happening last night, and I'm so tired, and I still have more packing to do. I did get 101 pages read yesterday in Godspell, and it's really good. So, well, I lied. Actually, I think I got 120 something because I read more at the bar. I did. So I have 124 pages. So I will be reading this morning because I have to have it done by Friday. So that is what I will be doing this fine morning when I'm trying to be awake. What will you be doing, Alicia?
Well, after breakfast, I think I am too going to read because I was looking at my Hoopla, and apparently I have like 4 books that go back in 7 days. So I have to try to get those 4 books done in 7 days.
Are they all audio?
Um, well, I have the physical versions, but these are the audiobooks for those books. So
Gotcha.
one of them is not too long because I'm halfway through it anyway. So I'll probably try to finish that today, and then but the other 3 I have not started yet.
How are you doing on Brimstone?
I need to get caught up on that too.
I'm 83%. I'm almost done.
I think that's one of the things because like I have 2 can play, What No One Tells You About Money, Brimstone, and the Book Swap.
Well,
Those are the
Brimstone
4.
is like 24 and a half hours. So you're not going to get that one done. You might as well return it and recheck it out when you're ready.
I'm going to see how far I can get.
24 and a half hours? Okay.
Again, I'm going to see how far I can get in 7 days.
Mind you read them, you do them a lot faster than I do. Like I can't. 1.5 speed's really my max. I could probably do it a little faster, but that ruins the enjoyment for me. So if I'm not going to enjoy it, what's the point?
It depends on how they like how slow they talk. Because I might bump it up, but most of the time I can do like up to 1.75 and be fine. Other times it's 1.5 for the most part, so we'll see. It just depends on how their narrators are.
Yeah, but that deep resonant tone of Kingfisher, no, that needs to be at exactly the right speed. I am not speeding that up.
Duly
No way.
noted.
Nope, not for a moment.
Duly noted.
I will say though, you ready for my hot take on Brimstone?
What?
The sex scenes are really good, but they're too long and they're just not necessary.
No.
It's like they're only there because readers demand it. Because the story is so good.
Right.
It's so good. I'm like, it's like putting a big battle scene in, because a teenage boy is reading it and really wants to see some blood and guts, right? So we're going to put in this big battle scene. And we're like, I mean, fine, but it didn't need to be here, right? It's the same thing with these sex scenes. So
no.
I know. I think it's funny to me. It's just funny. But it does show what I've said before is that when these romanticities really hit for me, it's not the sex scenes. I could just read erotica if I just want sex scenes, right? It's if the story is good, right? If the character arcs are good, right? You have to have something else in it to actually work for me. So yeah, I'm like, okay. I'm like on my walk, I'm running, trying not to die with the dog, and there's a sex scene, and I'm just rolling my eyes at this point. I'm like, oh God, come on, hurry up. Yeah. You both want each other a lot. Okay,
Make
can
it
we
a
get on
quickie.
now? Yes, can we have a quickie? Jeez, how do y'all have all this time? You're running kingdoms and fighting vampires, and how do you have time to have sex for 2 hours? I don't understand what's going on.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
That's gonna be
exactly.
hilarious.
Yeah. But still, though, I think I'm going to give it a 5-star because really, I give books 5 stars if I really enjoyed them.
Right.
So that could either be they were a lot of fun. That could be I really learned a lot. That could be it hit me emotionally really hard. It could be right. So any five stars for me is not a black and white thing.
No.
I mean, I've given books that I don't think are well written 5-star just because I had such a good time with them. Right. And that is why I'm reading them. So I'm having a good time. It's getting a 5-star, man. And so far this is getting, and I still stick by even though the sex scenes are driving me batty, the Brimstone is better than Quicksilver. Zwink says, howdy everybody, happy World Beer Day, happy Rescue Dog Day. Oh, I can participate. We'll take pictures with Cora and Benny. I can take pictures with both of them. They're both rescues. And happy Pick Strawberries Day. Oh, that sounds awesome. I love those days, Zwink.
We don't have that no more. I mean, we can, but strawberry season is over for us.
That's true. This is a weird. Oh, you know what? It's because we're in the South. Never mind. Because strawberries, they would just be pluckable in Indiana when I was living there.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. I was like, yeah, strawberry season's over. Wait a minute. No, it's only over for us in the South. The strawberries don't like the heat.
No.
And Lindsay has joined us. Hey guys, I've been working through some random tasks today, including putting some stuff up for sale that's been sitting in my house for 4 years, waiting for me to deal with it. But now it's done. Yay! Nicely done. So you might not be going anywhere for this vacation, but getting a lot of the stuff done really cleans out your brain. You know what I mean? It relieves a lot of that stress, as poor Alicia understands with books all over her house right now. Zwang says, hoi, Lindsay. And Ren says, hello, everyone. Ren says, finishing off Kavitri by Aman J. Betty today. Yay, nicely done. Nope, I forgot. Help me. What's only for a page name?
Daniela.
Daniela, thank you. Sorry, I will get it, Daniela. Give me a few times, but I'll get it. Daniela, hey, I'm pretending to work and actually planning a trip. I love that. Sometimes that's how you survive work too. Where are you going? Let us know so we can live vicariously. Yes. Ren says, really enjoying it, but also realizing that I don't know what steampunk fantasy means. Oh, really? Interesting. Now I'm very curious.
Steampunk fantasy is like the fantasy, but like you have all the like clocks and gears and steampunkness.
Yeah, it's like machines, but not electrical.
Totally, yeah.
Because there's also diesel punk. So it's a little grittier. It's a little grittier and dirtier usually. Spearhead of a continent spanning invasion are the dregs of Rayan society. Kavi has a dream and a plan. She will do whatever it takes to earn a place at the secretive Mage Academy. Face the Jinn within its walls and gain the power to rise above her station. I can't even tell in this what the steampunk element would be. So I'm absolutely no help whatsoever. You're welcome. Let us know what the elements are. Christina says, good morning, Kelly. Alicia. Good morning, Christina. Christina says, remember to hydrate, feed thyself, save progress laundry, take meds, stretch, and show some love to the like button. Also, make sure you sub and ring that bell so you hopefully get notified.
Steampunk fantasy is a subgenre that blends 19th century Victorian and Wild West aesthetics with speculative steam-powered technology and magical elements.
Yeah, and it's usually more hopeful than gritty.
I was
going to say, I know exactly what steampunk is. It's kind of my job to know those kind of things.
So, like, maybe it'll have, like,
I was just looking at this book, and I couldn't tell what the steampunk elements would be in this book.
What's the book?
Um, Kavithri, Kavithri, and I can't tell by the cover. I can't tell by the back cover copy. So I am no help whatsoever. It's got 4.11.
It's an Indian-inspired steampunk epic about outcast heroine.
Yeah, that's the stuff I just read.
I'm trying to see if it says.
Thing is, it looks and feels indie, but it's not.
Yeah.
So that's confusing too. Because I just looked up the publishing company. It's owned by Orion. That's not indie. That's huge.
And it's steampunk fantasy.
No, Ren said I don't know what steampunk is, so I don't know. Maybe somebody told her it was steampunk, and then reading it, they're like, I don't know. Let's see. Daniela says my watch says I had great sleep, but I'm so sleepy. Oh, I'm sorry, but you know what? As you wake up, maybe then you'll figure out whether you have good sleep or not, right? Zwank says I woke up at 5 a.m. not by choice. I forgot to put creamer in my coffee. Oh no!
Uh-oh.
How can you drink it without creamer?
Quick!
If you're used to it, right? Yeah. Yeah, just add it now. Let's see about creamer. Just put some in. Ren says, hey, Zwank. Lindsay says, also working on getting my journal up to date as I'd fallen behind. So I wrote 3 book reviews and have 7 more to catch up. But I've already done some today, so I'll probably not do more. Christina says, hi, Ren, Daniela, Zwank, and Lindsay. Ren says, hey, Lindsay. Zwank says, Jumbo, Ren, and Mama. Agent T has joined us. Hello, Agent T. Welcome in. Hello, I have just finished work. I am watching you at the bus stop. Aw, well, hello. It's good to see you. Ren says, hey, Daniela, and hey, Christina. Christina says, hi, Agent T. Ren says, hey, Agent T. Zwank says, aloha, Daniela. And Agent T says, hi, Christina. Ren says, yay, Alicia started Brimstone. Well, not yet.
I mean, it started. It's just not caught up.
She says, look, I'm trying, okay.
I can only do so much.
Hey, this is a booktube channel. So what are we doing here? We pressure you to read books. We're just doing our job, okay?
I only have how many?
Yeah, so see, you need to be reading them. We're doing a service.
Sure.
Agent T, nope, I got that. Said hi, Christina. And Agent T says, Salva, Zwank, and hi, Ren. Zwank says, Sawaldi, Dr. T. Agent T says, I will have to turn this off when I get on the bus. Yeah, I would appreciate that. Like if I was on the bus, I hate when people play things out loud. So annoying.
Headphones.
Agent T, plus we'll probably be in a sprint and be quiet anyways. I mean, this totally works.
Yeah.
How's your green book coming along? And Agent T says, I don't know that one, Zwank. Yeah, I don't know that one either. That's why I did the best I could to pronounce it. Allie says, hello, everyone. I will be finishing Let Them Theory by Mel Robbins. Less than 100 pages left. Yay! Ooh. You got this. You got this, Allie. Take notes. Keep that one. That's probably one you might want to read again. You know what I mean? Since it's done so much for you. Sometimes when those things work, like work in your brain, they work for you. That sometimes you need to read them again.
It's good reference.
Yeah. And Ren says, hey, Allie. Ren says, Kelly, have you read... I don't know. Hold on. I'll find it in a minute. Ren.
The Second Death of Locke?
I have not. It is on my list.
From V.L. Bovin, whatever that last name is.
Yeah, no, that one is on my TBR, but I have 2,100 books on my TBR right now. It's usually if I find them in the store when I'm allowed to buy them, and I'm just like, oh, I'll get that one now. Or if I find it thrifting. So anyone I physically own off of that 2,100, those are the ones that I always prioritize, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why did that jump so far? Holy moly. Yeah, but it is on my list. And it's a series too, right? Or is that a standalone? Now I can't remember. I know that's the only book out yet, but I don't know. And Tula joined us. Hello, Tula. Good to see you. Hi, Kelly and Alicia. Hi, chat. Agent T says time to leave because of the bus, not because Tula's here, I swear.
Ah.
That's funny. Tula says, uh-huh. Zwank says, T, it's Ty. I didn't have Salva. Man, they're just all gonna kill me, man. Just switching back and forth.
It's Latin.
Agent T says, it's Latin. Zwank says, hola, Allie. Agent T says, it was the wrong bus. Oh, no. Well, you're
So we're not going anywhere yet.
No, you're still here. And Zwank says, Privet, Tula. Allie says, hola, Zwank. Christina says, hi, Allie. Hi, Tula. Agent T says, hi, Tula. And Tula says, hey, Zwank. Christina. Allie says, hey, Ren. Agent T says, okay, actually going now. I hope you get to the correct destination. Zwank says, you two switch sides. We fear change. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's because I got on. Alicia was actually on before I was. I know. Shocker. On the ninja thing that I use. So it does order. I wonder, I don't know if, let me see. Nope, stop. Ha! Let's see if that works. Let's see if that switches it. I switched it in Ninja. So, let me see. Nope. It did nothing. Sorry. I switched our order in Ninja, but it did not update on the screen. So, sorry. I don't know how to make it happen. I apologize. The change isn't that scary. We got to keep you on your toes a little bit.
Maybe if I go like that. Go like that.
No, you have to log off completely and log back on. It's not worth it. They'll be fine. They'll be fine.
It's only one day.
Yeah, one day. And I mean, the next 2 days I won't be on screen, so I'm so sorry. We're just preparing you for that. You see, this is just a gentle reminder of what's about to happen.
Transition into what's to come. Puffy.
And Daniela says it will be a weekend trip from Prague to Germany to meet up with some BookTube girlies. Oh, that sounds awesome. How fun. Are you going to Berlin? One of my authors is in Berlin. Mel says, good morning, Kelly Cal. Good morning, Alicia. Good morning, Mel Melly. So good to see you. Good morning, friends in the chat. Mel says, opposite sides. Is Alicia now Kelly and Kelly is Alicia? Yes. Yeah, we decided just for one day we're just going to switch because my kids are moving out and it's very sad. So I want to go play with little ones. And Alicia needs a break. So she's going to come over here where I'll just deal with her, the dogs. And compared to kids, that's nothing.
Yeah, I would have a blast.
And Mel says, I love steampunk fantasy. I do too, but there's not enough. Like it had a little surgence and then went away. Like the big publishing world never really took a hold of it.
Yeah.
So it was way more in the indie world. Christina says, steampunk I think of as late 1800s and industrial, so gears and copper and steam power all together. Yeah, it's more an aesthetic than anything else, right? And there's usually magic and, because somebody has magic or somebody, but it doesn't have to, but it often does. And there's always a colonialism and empire involved, right? Because of the time period. And Mel says, I don't read as much of it as I would like to, though. Yeah, it's because there isn't as much of it. So that's exactly why. I actually have a series up there that we might do for Shore Leave Book Club because it's an indie author. But I haven't read the first book yet, so I need to read it first. And they're novellas, so it'd be nice to get some little ones, right? Christina says, morning, Mel. Agent T says, hi, Mel. Who is Mel? Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider's Mel. And Addie Taylor has joined us. Why, hello, Addie, and a good time zone to you. Good morning. I'm in research mode and working on my character profiles. Ooh, yes. Working on a paranormal romantic comedy series. That's so fun. And thanks for doing sprints. It's the only way I can keep my butt in the seat. Same. That's why we do sprints. Though today I will not be writing. I will be reading because I have to finish this for book club. But it's an indie author, so we support. Christina, I noticed that too. Mel threw me off for a sec. Had to check whose channel we were on.
Keep me guessing.
So funny. I didn't even notice. Christina says, morning, Addie. Agent T says, I'm back. Probably would have been quicker to walk. I love
Goodness.
Hey, Agent T. I'm Mel. And Christina. Ren says, right now it's reading like a regular fantasy to me, but there's one machine that did track all of Kavithri's people to track them down and eradicate them. But outside of that, it's more about Jin martial arts. Yeah, that doesn't sound like steampunk to me. Because like I said, it's an aesthetic. So if you don't have all the little gears everywhere, if you don't have, you know what I mean? That definitely doesn't. I agree with you, Ren. And a big bunch of politics and academy stuff. Well, that can be in steampunk.
Maybe
But
it'll be later in the book.
yeah, maybe there's more as they go along. Ren says, my girl Cavi needs to work up the ranks while they are simultaneously kicking her down. I do get all the Indian elements, though. Nice.
Pearl.
Yeah. Why did it jump?
I don't know.
I'm so tired of it jumping. Quit jumping. There we go. Almost to the bottom. Almost there. Pearl. And Pearl joined us. Hello, Pearl. Goes so good to see you. Agent T says, hi, Mel. And Mel says, Ren. Hey, Pearl. Pearl says, hi there, Mel. Ren says, and if I remember correctly, it was first indie published and now it's re-released as Tradpub. And the sequel will be Tradpub from Jump. Okay, so that's why it has this indie feel, but it's not indie. All right, that makes sense. And Ren says, Mel. Ren, I think you both would like the second Death of Locke. It's good plot, like Quicksilver and the Raven Scholar, but there isn't really any smut. Ah, see, I like that better. I'm not against smut. I'm just against it being in there just for, because people want a smutty book, right? So I'm like, eh. Let's see. Ren says, yes, the second Death of Locke is going to be a trilogy. Okay, that's what I thought. Book 2 comes out in September. Ooh. Ren says, hey, Pearl. Hey, Tula. Hey, Taylor. Was it Taylor? Not Addie. I'm sorry. And Allie says, hi, Christina. Christina says, nothing happened here. Pearl says, hi, Ren. That seems like something did happen. Christina. Oh, on the screen when I switched them. Yeah, exactly. It didn't happen for me. Sorry. And Pearl says, hi, Ren. Swank says, namaste, Mel. Kiana says, hello, my lovelies. Hello, Kiana. Good to see you. How are you this fine morning?
Hello.
Swank says, kia ora, Addie. And Ren says, Kavithri does have a bunch of colonialism and empire. Okay. It's quite central to the plot, so maybe that's the steampunkness. Yeah, but you still have to have the machines. So yeah. I guess it's just really, really close, and it didn't quite do it. So let's see. If there are more machines in book 2, then they're building up the steampunkness, then I'd call it steampunk. But from what you're describing, you still need the weird gadgets. The gadgets are part of the fun. Kind of like you can't have James Bond without gadgets, right? Like that's part of it. So same thing. Tula says, can only hear y'all as I'm working on a Canvas site. Hello to all who joined since I last spoke. And Agent T says the way back is uphill. If I'm going to work and the bus is more than 10 minutes wait, it's quicker to walk. Ah, I get that. Yes. I get that. Mel says, hey, Zwanky and Allie. Christina says, hi, Pearl. And Allie says, hello, Pearl. Christina says, hey, Kiana. Mel says, hey, Tula, dear. Ren says, hey, Kiana. Zwank says, hey, Pearl. Just for the record, me making sure I get all of your names like this and the names you're saying hi to, this is quite a challenge. I'm impressed. This is like a wake-up exercise. And Mel says, hey, faithful dear. Ren says, hey, Kiana. Zwank says, hey, Pearl. Pearl says, Zwank, salute. And Pearl says, hi there, Christina and Allie. Zwank says, Guten Morgen, Key. Allie says, I don't want smut. There you go. Just to fill the pages. I can do fine without it on every page. Well, it's not even like that, right? It's not on every page, but it's so long. I'm like, this book would be shorter if they would just have more quickies, for God's sakes. And Addie says, it's Addie. Okay, sure. But I can go by Taylor, like
a good game, bud.
Butt pat. I love it. And Allie says, hey, Key. All right. Quick, before we get any more. I mean, we're at 26. We did good. I feel like we went for like 50 minutes, but we didn't. It's because my brain was working so hard trying to get all the names right. And I don't even know if I did, but I tried. I tried really hard.
We got it. We got it.
All right. I'm going to read so I can get this book done in time for Shore Leave Book Club. And also, it's really good. And also, no sex. Yay. So... I can't imagine. Because I know Todd, right? I can't even imagine sex scene with Todd. Mm-hmm. He's so golden retriever. You know what I mean? So I can't. You can't see it. Let's see. Last chat real quick. Kiana says, "Hey Mel, Christina, Kelly, Alicia, Ali, Ren, Swank, and Addie."
Hello.
Swank says, "I don't do romance or smut. I don't want to read about what I'm not getting." See, I love reading what I'm not getting more than anything. Because I want to experience all those things. Christina says, "Happy sprinting." Kiana says, "I love smut." I am not saying I don't love it. I'm just saying I hate when it breaks up the story. So,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she had to be creative. Like, she made this like place where they both met and they were like, "Are we dreaming?" This is not a spoiler because it's not important. That's my point, right? Are we dreaming? I don't know. And then they had sex, right? And so I was like, it's because they were not together, right? They were apart. And they're like, "Oh no, it's been so long since the sex scene. I better add one." So she had to like make up this thing. That's what I mean. Do you see what I mean? I'm like, dude,
They're
they can have
dream
sex when they get
walking.
back together. Yeah. So that's what drives me batty. And Pearl says, "I'm going to edit a video for this sprint." Excellent. Candace says, "I see I'm in the minority." No, it's not. I
No,
like smut.
I like
it just
it too.
needs to go there. But if I really just want smut, I'm gonna read like more erotica, right? When I have the really good story, the smut throws me off. That's what I'm saying. And Allie says Cinnamon Bun Bookstore is over 500 pages. It's like 250 pages or so of it is smut. I heard they get worse, Allie.
I need to read these because I've only read the first book.
Yeah.
And it didn't really seem that smutty to me.
Oh yeah, I heard they get worse and worse and worse. I'm just like, "Oh really, Lori Gilmore?" See, but if half of it is smut, that is the plot. I could do that better than what's happening with Quicksilver, I think. Zwank says, "Key, as we can see from your name." That's right. That's right. We could tell. And Kiana laughs. All right. For real this time, we are going to start our first sprint. I'll see y'all in 30. And there was our first sprint. I don't know where my puppy is. I just realized I don't hear her chewing on the bone. She could be anywhere. But I did not get any reading done because I totally forgot I didn't finish watching the news, so I had to do that. So I watched the news and Stephen Colbert because his last show is like Thursday, and I'm very, very, very upset about it. So, yeah. Yeah. I'm in mourning. I don't know how I'm gonna survive without Colbert. He kept me sane. He kept me hopeful. So, how did you do, Alicia?
I had my breakfast. I had a bacon, egg, and cheese croissant, and I tried some of the. I think they're like tortilla chips, but they're like Mandalorian and Grogu shaped. Like it's Grogu's head. I had to try them, so they were like Outer Rim Ranch or something or other. I don't know. It wasn't bad. The shape gets me a little bit.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's something wrong about eating Grogu's head. I'm sorry, man. I don't understand this marketing sometimes.
And next sprint, we'll try one of these.
Ooh, they're not shaped like his head, are they?
No, it actually looks like a little cone.
Okay, cool.
But it has green on the inside, so I don't know.
Marketing, man, it's just maddening. It worked. You bought all the shit, so they know what they're doing.
Right? Well, and like Wawa, I had Wawa for lunch yesterday, and Lay's came out with new chips that are, I guess, soccer related. I just got them because they were an interesting flavor. I could care less about sports, but these are Argentinian style steak with chimichurri.
Yummy. I love chimichurri. It's like my favorite thing. Favorite thing to put on any meat, man. I love chimichurri.
They also had a Brazilian one, and then they had French onion dip chips. I got those.
Yummy. Gosh, I love chimichurri. Yummy.
It's not bad.
One of those things that's super. Well, I don't know what it tastes like on the chip, right? Because it depends. Because that's all artificial flavors. It's not like they're using real chimichurri or steak. You know what I mean?
Right.
But the it's so easy to make, and I don't know why I went so long of my life not knowing what the heck that was, because I can't live without it now. Let's see.
30 pages read.
Yay!
So I'm almost done.
Almost. And Kiana says, I only read the first one too of the Cinnamon Bun Cafe thing, the Lori Gilmore stuff. And Alicia says, I need to read the rest of the series. And Angie says, good morning, friends. Angie here, working and listening to the audiobooks for my various read-alongs this morning. Excellent. Let's get them in. Let's see. On Fellowship of the Ring now, but probably something else when you're back. And Vanessa joined us. Good morning, Vanessa. Good to see you. Morning, pirates. Arg. Susan says, arg. Wait, get back. What is going on? There we go. Arg, me mateys. Sliding into the chat, writing for the last few minutes here. Excellent, Susan. I hope you got some good writing in. Let us know if you got some in. We've got 2 more sprints to go, so plenty of time to get words in. Swank says, shalom, Susan. Susan says, shalom, Swank. Swank says, buongiorno, Vanessa. And ni hao, Angie. Kiana says, hello, Vanessa and Angie. Vanessa says, ciao, Swank. And hey, Kiana. Pearl says, got started on my video. It's a quick one, so it won't take much longer. Excellent. I still need to film the Our Fantasy one, so I need to get that done today or tomorrow so I can get it up for Saturday. Ren says, made it to 78%. Susan says, I'm kind of loving the vibe this week, though. His show is full on F you, F this, F everything. Let's burn down the house. Yeah, the vibe is definitely, because he's been such a professional. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure there's been some temper tantrums behind the scenes, because how can you not? Because he's a human being. But on screen, he's been so professional. Since what, last July? I think that's when they canceled it? Because I was on vacation. So I was like disconnected. But my husband still got things. He was like, looks like the Colbert Show's been canceled. I'm like, what? You bite your tongue right now. What are you talking about? Right. So then I had to look up and get online and see. I was like, holy shit. Like I looked at a bunch of sites before I would believe it. Right. Like I'm
Oh
like, I need
gosh.
to, what site is this? Is this legit site's New York Times? Shit. So yeah, it was very upsetting. So I'm glad he's finally getting to be a little cathartic right now. And Allie says, I got to page 472 out of 532. I got to the appendix. I should finish next sprint. Oh, yay, Allie. Woo. And Allie says, hello, Vanessa. Angie says, I'm at 85% in Fellowship of the Ring. I think I'll just finish it this morning. I'm sad about Colbert too. I hope he keeps making his voice heard. Same.
Mhm.
I mean, it won't be the same because I love him, but part of the magic of the show also is all of his writers and all of, you know what I mean? Like he's got magic. The writers do that too, right? It's not him alone. So I'm very interested. Will I take just Steven? Yes, I will. Whatever form he is willing to share with us. But I don't know. I'm gonna miss his take. I needed that bit of sanity. There's the puppy. She wants to go outside. It's currently raining and somebody's mowing their lawn. And by somebody, I mean all my neighbors on this street, we pay people to mow our lawn. And so I'm going to say that somebody that they have signed up to come on this day came when it's raining.
They don't care. Especially so I've seen people around here too that they're like, oh, it's raining? That's nice. The only time you won't see them is if it's thundering.
Right. Well, then it's not safe. They better not be. I'd be mad. I'm like, don't risk your workers like that. But what my problem is that that's where the mud comes from, right? That's why our side yard was all effed up. But hopefully we have that at least mediated. Susan says, realize that part of the reason I was stuck in the manuscript was that I was at the end of a chapter. It was time to switch POVs. Oh, I could see that. Yeah, sometimes that switch back and forth can get you. Allie says, hello, Susan. Susan says, hi, Allie. And Mel says, 19% into Cursed Daughters by Oyinkan Braithwaite. Nice. I've not read that one yet. Lindsay says, I emptied my bins and read some of the Godspill, now at 27%. Excellent. It's about where I'm at. So on page 124. And Mel says, chimichurri on steak is heavenly. Yes. Yes, it is, Mel. So good. And then I was like, what is this magic thing? And looked up how to make it. I'm like, wait, all you do is put all these herbs and garlic in like a blender. That's basically it with olive oil. I'm like, what? It's so easy to make. Vanessa says, old lady cat is fed, got coffee, taking meds. I'm awake, but it's still all very slow going. Yes, I understand. I
know that feeling.
Vanessa says, need to refill my meds. And Mel says, hey, Angie, hey, Susan, hey, Vanessa. I need to take my meds. I haven't done that yet. I took ibuprofen first because my neck hurts so bad. I think I need to go get a new pillow. And Lindsay says, oh, I really enjoyed Cursed Daughter and My Sister's a Serial Killer. That one I have. I have that one, but I have not read that one yet. I don't have Cursed Daughter yet. Molly says, morning. Pearl says, Molly, good morning. So good to see you. We missed you yesterday. Welcome back. I hope everything is okay on your end. And Mel says, hey, Molly. Vanessa says, the thing is, if Colbert starts doing his own show on YouTube, he won't have to rein himself in the way he does on network TV. True, but I think part of him reining himself in is where the magic happened. But if he does a YouTube show, he'll make money. But I don't know that he'll make enough to support a writing staff. Do you see what I mean? That's the difference. So I'm very
if he's
curious.
already got a following.
He has a huge following. I mean, there's millions of people who will follow him to YouTube, including myself.
Yeah.
And I don't need the celebrity interviews. I never watch those. Not never. Every now and again, right? There's celebrity I really liked, but rarely. I liked his monologue at the beginning and his meanwhile, that kind of stuff. Those are the things I watched every day. Every morning before I started Time Pirates, I would be watching NBC News and then his show. And I watch him on YouTube already, so that doesn't change anything for me. Let's see. And Swank says, Konnichiwa, Molly. Christina says, hi, Vanessa, Susan, Angie, Molly. Vanessa says, Christina, and morning, Molly. Susan says, hey, Mel. And Angie says, y'all are sweet with your good mornings. I want to acknowledge you all individually, but I can't keep up and work at the same time. No, we all get it, man. There's no obligation. You're good. You are good, Angie. Keep going. Vanessa says, I did manage to get up to page 150 in Six of Crows last night, so I'll be caught up by this time next week. Yay! Yes, we do have our reading tonight of Six of Crows by Lee Bardugo at 100 Pages Book Club. Alicia, if you want to put the link in.
I was like, hold on, what page are we on currently? We're on 202.
Yeah. So, and then we are reading through chapter 25 tonight. So this is the goal for tonight through chapter 25. So moving right along. Oh. Unless we're all like Lindsay and like, I can't take it. We have to read it all. Again, we're trying to cater to slow readers because like everything online is catering to fast readers, right? So we're trying to cater to slow readers. So that's what we are doing here. And Jean joined us. Good morning, Kelly and Alicia. Going for a walk outside. Enjoy. Don't melt. Mel says, yay, Vanessa. Jean says, I was so disappointed that one of his last guests was Steven Spielberg. It just wasn't epic. I'm sorry. But I'm sure Steven Spielberg asked to be on. And if Steven Spielberg asks for something, you say yes. So, yeah. Mel says, good morning, Jean. Enjoy your walk. Vanessa says, Mel. Alicia says, tonight's 100 pages. There you go. So there's the link for tonight so you can come read Six of Crows with us. Of course, you could just come and read whatever you want, but that is the goal. That's what this club is doing. And Angie says, are you going to read the sequel when you're done with Six? Probably, because we're going to put it up for a vote. And so far, at least 4 of the people that vote every time are like, Crooked Kingdom. But Alicia and I don't make that decision. We make decisions on what is on the list, and y'all vote for it. So
correct.
And Mel says, Six of Crows. I love that she does Six Crows now. Vanessa says, I brought the book with me to con, but it literally sat on my nightstand the entire Thursday through Monday. Well, yeah.
I mean, you were a busy lady.
Yeah. Vanessa says, I already bought the second book. I got them for $7 each, so it was worth it. Yay!
Nice.
And Vanessa says, I'm going to try to make the sprints tonight. I'm still trying to get my shit together from being gone for almost a week. Yeah, I get that. Isn't it funny? It's like you're gone for a week, but you've got like 3 weeks behind on stuff somehow. You're like, wait, how exactly did this happen?
Yep.
All right, let us get into our second sprint. Here we go. And there is our second sprint. I got to page 145, so just about halfway through. So I'm loving it. Something happened that you knew was going to happen. You were like, oh no, he's going to make a good decision. And he didn't. Characters, man. We're like, dude, you were so close. How'd you do, Alicia?
I read 37 pages. I also bumped up the audiobook, so now it's at 2 times speed.
Nice. Let's see how chat did. Oh, Vanessa was saying, yeah, how does that happen? I was gone 5 days. How now am I 6 weeks behind? Exactly. It happens every time like that, Vanessa. I don't know why, but it does every time. And Angie says, I have a bunch of filming to do for my channel tonight, but I'll try to stop by. I mean, why not? I will finish one read along. Why not start another? Right? Yeah, exactly. That's how we do it, Angie. 100%. Pearl says, I downloaded 6 to read along with you. And, well, it's all good. It's why we vote every time. That's not why for this particular club we're not doing just series. You know what I mean? So we were trying to get as many people as possible. If you miss one, it's okay. But also, you can still catch up. Right at this point, we're only at page 200. Now it's going to get, close to the point where it's going to be really hard to catch up. But at this point, you could still catch up.
Mm-hmm.
And Vanessa says, Pearl, and you're done. Is that what we're saying? You read it all at once? You just read it all once? That's funny. You don't need to catch up. You read all of it. I mean, that's what Lindsay did. Lindsay was like, I can't stop reading it. And she finished it. Susan says, well, hell, I just realized that I finished my hook and now I don't know what happens next. Stupid pantser brain. I'll figure it out. Got to pull out the whiteboard, I guess. I get it. Do you know where the book ends? Because at least you know where you're heading. You know where you're heading. That helps. Zwank says, finished morning pages and started my study books. Yay! Vanessa says, I have not done anything. I'm having a lovely convo with an AMAB author friend who is slowly coming out as NB. It's very nice. Aw, you got to be supportive, man. I love that. I love that about you, Vanessa. Angie says, I made and ate breakfast, took my meds, and only have a little over an hour left in my book. Ooh, definitely getting this done. You will have this done this morning. Molly says, got 69% into the Cloud Kingdom. Yet another arc. I love it, Molly. I love it. Keep it up. Allie says, I finished Let Them Theory and got to page 144 in Cinnamon Bun Bookstore. A whole bunch of spice scenes. I mean, look, man, spice scenes, they have their place. I'm not against them. But see, if I picked up that book, that's what I would be expecting. Because expectations count too, right? And I knew, Quicksilver and Brimstone were spicy. But it's not, I mean, I guess I'm more interested in the actual storyline. How about that?
Yeah.
It's almost like when they go to a different perspective and you don't care about that person's perspective, right? So it's kind of like that when it gets to the sex scene. You're like, oh my God, just hurry up. Let's see. Mel says, didn't read that sprint, but made a late breakfast for the kiddos. Excellent. Ren says, made it to 86%. Oh, there you go. We are rocking it, man. We are rocking it. And Christina says, working on some train scheduling issues for today. Stay tuned. Gotcha. Yeah, I'm about to be completely off until next week. So, I mean, for Kooky, I will not be here. Susan says, it ends a happy ever after. That's all I know. I love that. That's important for that's important for it's. Oh, that's right. Because you're writing a romance. That's right. It's right. Paranormal kind of romance. Is it a series though? What you were writing, it sounded like a series. Because if it's a series, it doesn't have to end in an HEA. The series has to end in an HEA. Maybe that'll help you know what's happening next if you actually form how that HEA, what it looks like. Angie says, I went to a writer's group last night and rewrote a POV I did the week before. I'm struggling because I really don't know where I want to go with my story, and I need to practice dialogue. Oh, I get that. I find reading the dialogue out loud helps me. makes it feel whether it feels real or not. That helps me anyways. Jean says, I enjoyed Phantasma and the other book with or without the spice. Yeah, well, see, that's the thing. In Phantasma, the spice was great. It added to the story, it added to the character development, right? And it wasn't
Yes.
forever long. It wasn't like a chapter long. So it was perfect. That kind of spice is my favorite. They didn't pull any punches, right? Like it was light. They used words, right? Like it wasn't fade to black. The second one, Enchantra, I didn't like nearly as much. There was almost no sex in it, actually. But that's not why I didn't like it. I didn't like it as much because I really liked the game element in the first book. I love the way they were going through these different levels trying to get through this, hell mansion game kind of thing, right? So the different games they had to do and figure out and all that was so cool. And in the second book, they also played a game, but the game was more like hide and seek, just a very violent version of it. But so there was a lot of just sitting in a room talking. And so that one I did not like as much. But because I like the first one so much, and the second one wasn't a dud, I just didn't love it. I'm very much looking forward to the third one. But that's the kind of spice I like. Phantasma is the perfect example of that. That's what I like. I'd be fine with the spice in Brimstone if it was quicker. It just takes forever.
I have to do quickies and not long, drawn out lovemaking.
Yeah, come on, man. Just do it. And Zwank says, good for you, Allie. Yes, absolutely. Jean says, I don't think Phantasma necessarily needed the sexy times. I don't know if they needed it, but because it could have faded to black, but I like the way they did it. I was just fine with it. It worked great for me. Susan says, nope, not a series. Even when, oh, okay, so it is one. Yep, so you do need HEA. You're right. You're right. And Jean says, Christina, you are a killer conductor. Yes, yes, she is. Christina's on it. Ellie says, it felt so good. One more book off the TBR list. Yes, nicely done. Susan says, I write series. They tend to be one per couple, so each book ends HEA. Okay, cool. Gotcha. HEA is happy ever after, Swank. And then Susan told you too. So you probably saw Susan's answer first. That is a requirement for romance. You can't actually call it, I mean, you can do whatever you want, but people would be very mad if you call it a romance, specifically a romance, if it doesn't end in an HEA. That is part of the trope requirement for that genre. You can have romantic elements in your book that do not end in HEA. That's fine. But if your book is a romance, it needs to have an HEA. And Kiana says 246 out of 298 of the Fae Bride. Ooh.
So close.
Mel says long drawn out smut is fine in real life. In books, keep it nice and short. Yes, exactly. Zweg says, ooh, thanks. Absolutely. Christina says, thanks, Jean. Jean says, I am also looking forward to the third in the series of Phantasma. Yeah, me too. I don't even think, do we have a date yet? I don't think we even have a date.
I don't know.
Yet. Let's see. Phantasma. It's one I read that I was expecting not to like, and I loved it. It's almost like I loved it more because I was expecting not to like it when I got into it.
We have a title.
Oh, they have a title now? They didn't have that last time I looked.
Title is Daemonica.
Ooh.
It claims it's 448 pages, but no. This is also in German.
Oh, it is. Look at that. How funny. Which means this might not actually be book 3. This might be translated book 1. Sometimes Goodreads gets it wrong and then people have to go in and fix it.
I would have to go in and look.
No, but it says new game. Welcome to Daemonica.
Yeah, and the cover's orange. At least from what they're showing for more editions, and it's saying 2027.
Yeah, so it's new rules, new game. Welcome to Daemonica.
Yeah, I think I know who this one's going to be by or be about.
Well, I'm hoping it's going to be that brother, the one that almost died.
Yeah, I think so.
That's how I feel like it is, but she has whole siblings now to choose from, right? It was smart of her. She was like, let's make a big family. So we have a lot of play here. The Two Sisters is only 2 books, you know, so it's like, let's get more people in here. Yeah. So we shall see. We shall see. So no date yet, just a name. So funny, it's in German. Do, 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 do. And Angie says, I think all books good without sex in detail. I don't mind if it's written like a Hustler article, but I don't usually think it's
Oh,
necessary to make a good story. Yeah. Yeah, I can agree, but I don't mind the details. But I don't read it for the details. That's what I mean. But I'm telling you, so many people do. I cannot tell you when I'm out there selling books for my company, how many people are just like, you got anything spicy? You got any smut? What do you like to read? They're like, smut, right? They say it all the time. So people do want those scenes. It's just not necessary for me. And obviously, a bunch of people in chat.
nope, that's not it.
Candace says, I just ordered Tapestry of Fate and The Adventures of Amina Al-Sarafi. Ooh, so you haven't read either, so you're going to read both of them? I love that. That's awesome. Candace said, I listened to Amina Al-Sarafi and I want to read it again. Oh, okay. I gotcha. Before reading the sequel. That makes sense. I gotcha. I was going to say, well, that's ambitious. You're like, I'm just going to buy them both and read them. So you have read the first one. I got it. Angie says, I liked Amina Al-Sarafi. It's a book I think I would have enjoyed more if I read it with my eyeballs, but I solely listened to it. I miss too much doing that. Yeah, the really like dense fantasy stuff, I always have to read it with my eyeballs. Which is also Brimstone. I'm listening to audio and I'm good, right? Like it's not that because it is so long because there's so much of their he's hot, she's hot, right? So there's so much of that it audio is great. I might actually get frustrated if I was reading this. Now, the more I'm saying this out loud.
Apparently, someone was saying on the Wicked Games book 3 that they know who the characters are going to be because it's on Kaylee's Instagram. I'm trying to confirm.
Oh, cool. And Daniela says, I was editing a video and exporting now. Nicely done. Congratulations. Kiana says, I waited too long and missed out on the signed copy. Oh, I'm sorry. Just have to keep looking to see if, if they're coming to any local event and you could bring your books in. Vanessa says, I always bring 5 or so copies of my smut to Vanilla Cons because there are always people who want them. Yep. That's why I have a smutty book in my head, but I have not written it yet. And Angie says, I'm notorious for buying a whole series before I even read the first one. It's a terrible habit. That is a terrible habit. Unless it makes you happy, then it's fine. They're books. So it's all good. All right.
Seven and Gwen.
Wasn't Gwen the sister?
Apparently, Gwendolyn Hellburn is the demon.
Ah.
And then 7.
Genevieve.
Brother.
Genevieve's the sister. Sorry.
Yeah.
Unless I'm like, isn't Gwen the sister? No, it's Genevieve. Okay.
Yeah. So 7 is the brother that we were talking about.
And that's the one that like almost died, right?
I want to say yes, but he was also the one that always ate lollipops.
Yes, so that is the one that almost died. Yep, that's the one I thought too. That was the one that made sense. So either she already knew that was going to be, so she led it well, or because he really left an impression, that's why she chose him.
She has this picture on her Instagram.
I don't really care about the pictures. I'm rare in that form.
Yeah, I don't. It doesn't. I'd have to go back and read the books just to see, but that is the artwork they're going with.
Oh, I love it. I love it. All right. Let us do our last sprint. And then I can pack up some books, do the litter box, and then go get my toes done. I'm excited. I like getting my toes done. And then I'll read more while I'm there.
There you go.
All right. Here we go. And that was our last sprint. I made it to page 167. So rocking right along. There's a really big betrayal scene going on, and it's awesome. How'd you do, Alicia?
I'm at 107 out of 173. So
Yay. So close.
less
close.
than 100 pages.
Nice. It's like a little novella. I like that.
Yep.
Let's see. And in chat, we left with Kiana heading off to work. I hope she has a wonderful day. And Pearl says, to me, do you ever have to tell your nail person to shut up when they can clearly see you are reading? No, actually. I have very good nail people, and as long as I sit down and just pull out my book, they leave me alone. It's very nice. It's very nice. I like it. Pearl says, have a great day, Kiana. And Allie, have a good day at work. And Chris joined us. Hello, Chris. Good to see you. Coda, I know you are not. That has been my point. Sorry, Kelly, wrong stream. Oh, okay. That makes more sense. Gotcha. Hello, Chris. Good to see you. How are you? This is like early for you. Are you feeling okay? Christina laughs. And Chris in the wrong chat. Chris, hello, Kelly, Alicia, Christina. And Vanessa says, I'm getting distracted by every little thing today. Yeah, that's the exhaustion part, right? I feel you. I actually started the Adderall. I've taken it for a couple days now, and I think it might be working. I did not get when people say, you know, they take it and everything becomes clear or any of that nonsense. None of that happened. But it is easier for me to switch tasks. So I'm having an easier time switching tasks, doing this and then doing this and then doing this and so on and so forth. And that is usually really hard for me to do. I have that wasted time in between every time I have to switch to do something else. So this is very useful. I very much like it. So I think it is working, but it's not working as well as I would like it to. So maybe just a little higher dose and I might be good. We did, however, because Adderall can raise your blood pressure, and I do have high blood pressure. It's completely under control. The meds I have work great. But because this can raise your blood pressure, we did get a blood pressure cuff so that we can check it and make sure it's not, you know, because you can't always, it's one of those silent killers, they call it, right? Because you can't always tell that your blood pressure is high. So we got a cuff so I can monitor it and see if it is affecting that or not. And Christine says, hi, Chris. And Allie says, I got to page 149 in Cinnamon Bun Bookstore. And Angie says, I have just under 40 minutes left in my book. My gosh, we rocked it. We all rocked it today. I'm so proud of us. Mm-hmm. And Allie says, hi, Chris. Ren says, made it to 96%. The steampunk aspects were only used in the war. So I'm assuming it's a setup for book 2. Okay, there you go. So they are coming in. So there might be more of it in book 2. And Daniela said, I finished up the video and it's now up. Yay! Thanks for the sprints. Yay! Nicely done. Nice job getting that video up. And you are very welcome. Thank you for being here. And Swank says, Molly, you go, girl. And Christina says, thanks for hosting today, Kelly. Alicia, have a beautiful day. Enjoy your week, Kelly, and safe travels. Let's see, where am I? And Christina says, thanks for hosting today, Kelly. Alicia, I read that. Ren says, thanks. Are you kidding me? Thanks for sprints, Kelly and Alicia. Absolutely. Thank you for being here. Christina said, Dee Dee is the current stop on the Kooky Mayhem train. Lindsay says, got distracted journaling, just figuring out how to print using Pages on Mac instead of printing book covers from photo apps. So I can accurately pick sizes to print them. Yeah, that's the hard part, right? It's like I needed exactly this size to go in here. Ellie said, thanks for sprints, Kelly and Alicia. Absolutely. Thank you for being here. Susan says, that clarity never happened for me, but yes, task transitions are easier and I can just do things that I would normally put off. Yes, that's what I'm experiencing right now too, Susan. And I will take that. Because again, this isn't supposed to cure anything, right? You can't cure ADHD, but it's just one more tool. And I needed another tool. I'm already using lots of tools. So I needed something else. And it's definitely helping. So I'm glad to hear it was the same for you, Susan. Yeah, and clarity, that's what they talk about, right? I was like, I did not experience that. Pearl says, thank you for the sprints. I got lots done. Yay. Swing says, thanks for sprints, Kelly. Have a good con. Alicia and all the pirates in the morning. Yes. Yeah, so Alicia will be taking over Thursday and Friday. So she will have the Time Pirates. It is in trusted hands. You will just have a new captain for a few days. She's like, good hands. I'm going to make some changes. I love it. And Angie said, thank you for being here this morning. As someone that works from home, it is nice to have some community. I agree. It helps me a lot too. So I'm glad it helps you as well. Vanessa says, okay, got to get ready for my sprints. Heading out. Thanks so much for the stream, y'all. Alicia, see you tomorrow. Kelly, have a great weekend. Thank you, Vanessa. Lindsay says, also just a PSA, if anyone has a contraceptive implant, which lasts for 3 years, please check when it's due for renewal. Today, I found out mine should have been replaced in January. Oh, huh.
Oh, my.
Something you tried to tell us, Lindsay? Book new appointment now. Excellent. Excellent. Yes. Christina says tomorrow's Time Pirates are going a little kooky. Yes, they are. So we'll be over on Alicia's page channel. There you go. Alicia's channel. And it is a kooky sprint. So are you going to do like the first 3.5 hours just like I did?
Yep.
Excellent. So we'll be true to Time Pirates, and then the sprints can change. And I think Mel's after that, so it's like all Pirate Day.
Oh, there you go.
And Susan says, thanks for the sprints, y'all. Christina says, Vanessa sprints today. Thank you for posting those. And 100 pages tonight. Yes, we will see you tonight at 8:30 p.m. Eastern to read the next 100 pages in Six of Crows. And for more Sprinty fun and readathon info, Sprinting Spreadsheet, aka BookTube Bible, is right there at that link. Lindsay says, I mean, perimenopausal, so not an issue, but good to get it up to date. I mean, you never know. That's why people, they get pregnant later in life, because the hormones go crazy. So, Vanessa, thank you, Christina. Lindsay, we'll try not to get too off track with Alicia for the next few days. I expect to report when I get back.
Oh, goodness.
Christina says, yes, Mel is after Alicia tomorrow. There you go. See, so we got like, pirates all day. I love it. I love it. I love it.
I'm only taking over for like tomorrow and Friday. It's not like it's a whole week like last time.
Are you trying to say you need more time to do more damage? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Oh, I love it.
I love it. I can't accomplish a whole lot in 2 days' time.
Well, I am off to clean the litter box and pack up books for the con. So off I go. Do you have any last words, Alicia?
I'm going to finish this book and take a shower and try to maneuver things around the house. It's
deep sigh.
It's because of the whole library thing. Yes, I know it's a blessing in disguise because I get to renovate it and everything, but at the same time, like, I'm tired of looking at shit.
Yeah, but the complete disarray of the house. Yeah, nope, I get it. I'm actually, like, my son moved out, so I'm going to look at his room to the house he just bought, right? And look at his rooms, and they're not completely empty yet because we haven't gotten everything out, but they're pretty close to it. And I'm like I have like one manly tear, right? But also like, dude, what am I going to use this room for? Let's see. You know what I mean? So it's both. Things like my kids love to leave their clothes in the washer and dryer forever when I need to do clothes. So, so I'm trying to think of the things that I don't have to worry about anymore. I won't have Benny keeping me up all night because he'll be in his own house. You know what I mean? Things like that. So just the little things. Awesome. All right, everyone. Well, you are all amazing. And I will actually not see you until Monday. I will try to stop in, but once I start to get busy, I get busy. So we shall see what happens. I will try. That's all I can say. But you are in capable hands, and I know you're all going to be great. And have a great weekend. I hope you're having a wonderful Memorial Day barbecue if you are in America and celebrate.
That's right.
That's why I'm not doing sprints that night, because I'm going to a barbecue. I'm going to feel like socializing. This is going to be interesting. But yeah, excellent. Thank you, everyone.